Conservancy Trust meeting. First, I'd like to start off by welcoming anyone who is watching us via live stream. This is our inaugural live stream. So I'd like to thank John Gabriel. I thank Cheryl Katie. I'd also like to thank Ed Bowen for encouraging us to do this. And I'd like to thank the town for supporting us and getting this up and running. So I hope everything works technically. John has told me it will, and he's got no concerns or questions. So we'll see what happens. And if you have any concerns out there as viewers, please let us know. Okay. So first order of business is to approve minutes. May I have a motion to approve the public session minutes from September 3rd?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I recuse myself from that.
Okay. Second, a motion to approve the executive session minutes from September 3rd.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I recuse myself again.
Okay. And finally, a motion to approve the public session minutes from the meeting of September 10th.
Second.
Any discussion? You good? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Consent agenda, unless there's a member of the public or a member of the trustees that wants to pull something out. And I'll wait to hear if anything's there. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much. Moving on down, Cheryl, the 2026 meeting calendar, I saw that you included that in our packets. Informational purposes only, I assume. Do we have to approve it? Have to approve
We
it?
approve the calendar for 2026 as distributed in the packet.
Second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Cheryl, it just occurred to me that I was not at the meeting of September 3rd.
Okay,
So I'm going to join Wayne in recusing myself from those votes. Thank you. Number 6 on the agenda, Steve, a treasurer's report.
Okay, I just want to start by thanking John McNamee because as of today, we are authorized to do the accounts. So it's going to make things a lot easier, I think, for me and hopefully
Wow.
for us as well.
That is fantastic. Thank you, John McNamee.
Huge, yeah. Okay, so for our balances for the month ending September 30th, 2025, our checking account, the beginning balance was $16,493.44. A deposits of $41,000. Checks in the amount of $31,037.85 for an ending balance of $26,455.59. For our money market account, beginning balance of $2,908,067.11. Deposits of $95,840. Checks and debits, 40,000 were transferred to cover our checking. Interest earned on that account was $6,867.73 for an ending balance of $2,970,774.84. Washington Trust Investment Savings Account. Although I have access to view the accounts, that information wasn't ready since the month closed yesterday, as of today, as of 4 o'clock this afternoon. So the amount is remaining the same as it was the end of August, but that'll be updated next month.
For a total balance
For a
of,
total balance, for an ending total balance of $4,444,583.82.
and that might be a bit higher, given that we don't have the
Right,
balance at the end of September for the second trust account.
that should be higher, right?
Steve, do you have any sense of the interest earned on the two different accounts and why they are different.
Right. I believe it has to do with, I asked that to Washington Trust, and I think it has to do with the structure of the accounts. But I can get further explanation and report back to the board next month.
Yeah, I guess my question would be, can we increase the interest earned and what's stopping us from doing that?
Right.
Okay.
Right. I took a look.
So this is information that you pulled directly from Washington
I
Trust
will be
website?
able to pull it. Unfortunately, John provided it today.
Okay,
Although I had access, he provided me with access, ID, information, password, but I'm not technically allowed to view it yet because there's some
authorization.
authorization.
Yeah,
needed,
fine.
but-
Okay, cool.
But as of next month going forward, I'll be able to access it.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. Really good. That's a watershed moment, I think, in the.
John's been very helpful.
So, John, yes, he has. Yeah. Okay. Payment of bills. There was a list of bills in your packets. You want to do this?
Yeah, well, I'd like to make a motion to, unless anyone has any questions on the bills that were listed, to approve payment.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Hey, Cheryl, would it be possible to total the amount of the bills?
I did for Steve.
Oh, you did for Steve? Okay. If you could put it on there for the rest of the trustees, I think that would just be helpful. Okay. Steve, credit card application and use.
Right, and another thing that John has helped us out with immensely is if the Ag Trust would have an ability to have a debit card. He suggested instead of a debit card, a credit card, similar to the police department and the fire department, that would be attached to the Little Compton account, the Ag Trust account. And we're in the process of contacting Bay Coast and submitting an application. But Cheryl will be the signee on the account because she's technically an employee.
Mhm.
So we're in the process of securing that as well. And it would be handled similarly to all our other invoices. She would get the invoice at the end of the month. We'd list it for approval. If it's approved, it's basically for incidental expenses.
Right. And so we'll have to probably create some rules around the use of the credit card, the amount that we can have, whatever. I'm not sure you guys
And
can.
who can authorize me to use it?
Sorry?
And who can authorize me to use it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's in the beginning process. So
Yeah, right.
Once we get the application, nail those details down, I think it's a good idea.
I'm guessing the fire or police department probably has a procedure that we could at least steal from to figure out what ours should look like.
So currently we have a debit card.
No,
Currently, we have a credit card, I thought. Do we have no card?
We have no card.
Okay,
So in the past, and Cheryl, please correct me if I'm wrong, if we've needed one, we had to ask for use of the town credit card,
okay,
which had its own
right.
issues. And at least since I've been in the chair here, whenever we wanted to spend money, we've had to go through the process of authorizing the finance director to cut a check, and that happens. That's only so convenient. And there's a number of times that Cheryl wants to spend $100, $250, $300 here or there, and we have to go through the process of getting a check cut, which is
Getting reimbursed.
right.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Cheryl, email received from Landscape. Do you want to do that, or is that Steve again?
The email from Landscape is just telling me that, our renewal is due and it will automatically roll over. It's currently on the charge card for the town.
Okay.
Is that the one?
Do we have to do anything? The software renewal request, I think, Cheryl, from Carol?
Esri thing?
Yeah.
I move
Yeah, good.
approval of the Esri subscription, right, Carolyn?
For $240, isn't it?
crazy, that's like
A $5,000 bill.
a very generous conservation grants.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Cheryl, cow pie bingo. May I have a motion to authorize the release of the $500 to be paid to the Little Compton Scout Association?
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And authorization to sign the State of Rhode Island raffle report. Is that something I do, I assume?
It is.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I didn't know, I only heard Rusty and me, maybe I was deaf. Review of the transfer tax form, Steve?
Yeah, I reviewed numbers 3490 through 3493 for transactions and for a total payment of 95,840. I didn't find any obvious errors or disputes. I don't know if anyone else has, but I think it's all set.
Yeah, those look pretty good to me. Any other input, thoughts? Thanks very much. Okay, moving on, policies and procedures. Rusty, chime in when you want. Rusty and I met with our town council president and vice chair, what do they call her? Call her Victoria. Victoria. To discuss some ongoing concerns and input received on our standing rules. Rusty and I had a very good meeting. I think that it went a long way to clear up any confusion, answered a whole lot of questions. And I think in general, the town council would now be in a position to approve the standing rules, except for the transfer tax appendix, which I'll talk about in a second. So I plan to forward to the town council in time for an inclusion for their October 9th meeting, the standing rules as most recently submitted, except for the transfer tax appendix. And we will have those hopefully approved at the October 9th town council meeting. The reason why I keep excluding the transfer tax appendix is that we had a very good discussion about that also. And it was suggested that the town solicitor and Karen take that offline and go through it with any input they need from us with a fine tooth comb and prepare that for submission also. So it was, how am I doing so far? So Rusty and I probably met 3-ish weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, with Patrick and Victoria. And as of yesterday, there had been no conversation between the two lawyers, despite Karen's efforts. So I've spoken to the town council president. Since then, there has been some activity. Evidently, Attorney DeSisto has asked his colleague, Mark Hartman, and Mark and Karen have spoken outside of court one day, and they are prepared to work on this together again, asking for any input that they need from us. So I think I am somewhat hopeful that this will get on track, and my objective would be to have the standing rules without the transfer tax approved on October 9th, and then, followed up with approval of the transfer tax stuff shortly thereafter, whenever we can get that done.
Don,
Yeah.
I was at the meeting that the council and their council wanted to have an open forum on that, and they've changed their mind. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna.
That's an excellent question. I don't know Wayne, if they would have a public hearing on it or not. That was not talked about in the meeting that we had with them. But I don't dismiss the possibility that a public hearing might be needed in order for them to approve the minutes, approve the standing rules. I don't know that for a fact. So I can't say if that's true or not. So we should probably find that out. Okay. Anything else on the standing rules?
So just following up on Wayne's question, so for the 9th,
Yes,
it's the standing rules without the transfer tax.
yes.
So there are no issues with public hearing with regard to that. They're going to present it and,
We don't know,
right, no, I know, but they're going to bring it up as presented.
but my recommendation is to do exactly what Don said, which is give them the standing rules without the transfer tax. Let them address it at the meeting on the 9th, and then we'll find out if they want a public hearing or if they just approve.
Okay.
Anything else? Subcommittee reports. Unfortunately, Anya is sick tonight and has begged off. And I may not do this, despite the fact that I'm on the committee, I may not do this justice, but I'll try. So the first survey of residents, the one that the Ag Trust put out a week ago, 10 days ago, has gone out. We started to receive cards back. I think as of the time that Natalie last or first circulated those cards, we'd received back 75 of them. That was a couple of days ago. So hopefully we'll start to get some more, and I have not read through them.
So my comment on that would only be that of those that I saw that received it were very positive on the fact that we'd sent it and it was simple and easy to respond to. So I think that kudos to the design and making it happen.
Can I ask a question?
Carol,
I didn't receive a copy, and I haven't seen a copy.
And nor did some of my neighbors. So I'd like
Are you a resident? You know, your mailbox is locked?
none of the above. I'm very.
I thought it went to everybody.
Could someone explain to me what we did?
so I will say this, and I can't tell you if this is why you guys didn't get them, but I think we printed off 1,500,
500.
2,500, and we ended up at the very last minute being short 270,
Something like that.
something like that. So
So where did we get the number 2,500?
from the post office,
From 1,500 residents.
from the post office.
Okay.
And then we printed those 2,500, and then when direct mail, so you know much more about this than I do.
So we had 2,500 printed, dropped them off at direct mail. She started going through and doing the routes and came up with, we were short for all the routes. So then she just kind of spread it out among different routes so that one entire route wouldn't get missed.
But if
So-
we had missed one entire route, we could have dropped them to that route. Now we can't fill in.
But it's impossible to know where that number would have ended. Because they were sent to the residents, the current resident. It wasn't like sent to each individual.
But if we had the number of pieces
Mhm.
matched to the number required for each route, the post office told us how many were in each route, right?
Mhm.
Then we could have left one route unfulfilled and fulfilled that route later if we had a shortfall. Now we're stuck.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, but I think if you get 2,500 that are mailed out,
You're gonna get a pretty good
hopefully
representation.
you're gonna, I mean, I don't know what type of percentage is expected in terms of a return response, but
The original concept was, yes, let's get some information if we get responses.
right,
But we were making an impression on our constituents by showing them that we're doing something. Now we just,
Okay, let's not,
right.
I hear you, but 90% of residents, if the process worked, 90% of residents would have gotten one of these. So I admit that it's frustrating, but, you know, it is what it is.
Just want to learn for the next time.
Yes, we'll correct it the next.
Yep. Got it. So, you know, I don't know what we should expect for a return on this, but, you know, anyone will tell you direct mail, if they get a couple of percentage points, they're doing well. So if we get 10%, 20%, I mean, we'll be
20%
thrilled to be
over the top.
over the top. So let's see next month how we're doing.
Do
So,
we have any extras or none?
They're all gone. I saved my copy to put in the file.
You want mine?
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I'll give you a copy.
Just can a copy be posted online, so people who either didn't get it or lost it, but wanna, I don't know, if it comes up in conversation with someone, you can
Good
say,
idea.
go look at it, it's there, like, here's an alternate way you can respond.
I guess we could put it on the website, although, do we have any access to do that to the website? I don't know.
I think at this point, the ship has sailed.
The ship is still, I agree with that. Okay. So that's the first survey. The second survey would be the one that we've talked about in collaboration with other town committees and councils and boards and so forth. And Rusty is, well, you can speak for yourself.
Yes, so Steve found a survey that was done at Block Island that I thought was excellent, which is a more encompassing thing that touches a lot of what the town government is responsible for. So I think we should start with that. If the outreach committee doesn't mind, I'll work with Natalie to massage that a little bit. And then once we're satisfied with it, or the outreach committee is satisfied with it, I'll shop it around to the various boards and commissions in town to see if there's any input. And we can get some response from the public about some of the issues that are pressing in my mind about the future of Little Compton.
Input, thoughts, concerns?
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Thank you, Rusty. The annual report, Natalie and our designer Greg have started work on that. I guess, Cheryl, they're waiting for a little input from you or from John McNamee through you. And it hasn't come yet, but they're starting. And in fact, they've already sent Anya and I some questions to think about. So that process is rolling. Cheryl, any input on the database project?
Just that I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but we do have a number of responses from the survey that will need to be added in there, as well as a number of our hunters, because we have so many new hunters also. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, those will all be inputted and we'll be good to go with that.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Does the town maintain a listserv or something?
Not at the moment, excuse me, but there are plans to do that. Both like more a directory to manage internal stuff, but also a public one that can have like different channels, so to speak. So like a town news, something for the Ag Trust, depending on the topic you're interested in, where people can sign up by their email, maybe text, phone number, that kind of stuff. And yeah, be part of a newsletter or contact update type.
Because it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy for each board or commission to have to create a.
Yeah, no, and I think that's kind of what started that exact discussion, is there is a lot of information, more every day. And to be able to kind of aggregate it all into one place and be able to send it out to the people that need it. And allow people to sign up themselves for what they're interested in, would, yeah, be a really big benefit, it seems like, to everybody.
So is that something that's actually being worked on or just talked about?
We have talked about it. But a large part of you could say secondary systems like that, I think are going to be dependent at this point of the overall big project, which is the switch to littlecompton.gov. And we expect that to happen most likely with the new year.
Great.
But that will enable many other projects to go full steam ahead at that point.
Okay. Thank you. Stewardship. Mike.
Stewardship. So everybody has the environmental systems renewal, which we've just proposed and taken care of.
Okay.
Then we have a question with regard to the burn encroachment issue. This has to do with property on East Main Road,
West Main Road.
West Main Road, which people are most familiar with. It's the Peckham lots. And the second lot coming from the north was sold recently to Paul and Andrea Ree. And access to that lot, they put in a temporary driveway to show the property and missed the actual right of way. So the development has been not on the right of way, and we need to, I've actually contacted Bill Smith, who was involved in surveying the property. And they corroborated that it's not in the right place, so we don't have any, everybody agrees that it's not where it belongs. So we need to reach out to the landowner and correct that situation.
So they didn't have Bill stake it before they put the road
Well,
down?
apparently it was a different surveyor that staked it, and somehow, some way, the iron pins disappeared. So it was kind of a guess as to where it was, and people guessed wrong.
Okay.
And so I think that the other issue with this property is that the fee property did not get sold. Whereas our property
Easement.
with the easement
Did not get sold.
did not get sold. So we need to coordinate, make sure that.
Which?
11-9 is our easement property,
And
Right here.
11-10.
and 11-10 is the property that was sold.
So I think we probably, I've in essence contacted the new landowner through the civil engineering, but I've not reached out to the seller or the owner of the easement area, grantor. So I think both need to be, not, at least my impression is, we're not sure that they had intended to maintain ownership of the eastern property piece, 11-9.
And just to be clear, Farrow-Blink Way, which you see outlined right there is the black dashed line, which stair steps its way from north to south.
Yep.
And that's where the driveway should be.
Okay.
And 11-8 is in the closing throws, so they will also need to use Farrell-Bink Way. And so it's important to get that all straightened out.
Yep.
Before any further development happens.
So who's liable for is there any cost in remediating this?
I don't know. Based on the pictures from monitoring, it's not irrevocable. So I think the rights of way need to be mapped out, so they're in the proper place, and no pavement or any significant development's been done in, I think it was just a access cut in order to show the property and sell the property.
So nothing was brought in, no.
No,
Crushed snow or
no.
Oh, I think there
There-
was.
Do you think the
Brought in,
gravel
yeah.
brought in?
It looks like there was.
Yeah, there's something, there must be something that, it's a regular driveway now. I don't think there's anything temporary about it. It was dug out, it was put, gravel was put in. It's not,
Oh, that clearly needs to be mediated.
it's on the wrong. It looks to me like the only person that we can address is, the person owns the piece that we have the restriction on.
Correct.
The rest of it, we don't care about if it's on somebody else's.
Yep.
But who did it?
Huh?
But who did it?
That's
Did,
the- that's
We
the
don't care if
part.
it's,
It was done
the only,
while it was being
our only concern is that it's on our property. If they want to put it wrong on somebody else,
I agree
seems to me that's fine.
completely. What I'm asking is, did the seller of 1110 contract with somebody to do this? Is that?
Yes,
Yes, it was done while it was still owned by the same owner as 11-9.
Right.
As part of the settlement.
She contracted a contractor to put that driveway in.
So it would seem to me that that person would have the responsibility to
To
remediate
remediate.
our property, our
Well, and
easement.
she still owns the property that has your easement on it, so either way, it's the same person.
Same person.
Same person.
She's the person.
So are we writing a letter to this person or what are we doing?
We should.
Yes. And you'll write that letter with me, but you're familiar with her or?
I know who she is, yeah. I'm not gonna write the letter. You write the letter, I'll read it and I'll see that she gets it.
Okay. Anyway, the action is to definitely write a letter for remediation and I'll follow up on that.
So we're gonna restake you get the road restaked in the proper place and then just remediate what's not proper.
Yeah, correct. Pull the gravel out.
Would we be comfortable paying for the surveyor to do it? So that we know it's
I
done
don't think
right,
we-
or should she do? it?
No, I think they need to pay for,
It's not our mistake.
They need to,
It's not our mistake. We shouldn't have to cover anything.
As long as they put the stakes in the right place.
Yeah, right.
but yeah, that's goes back to right kind of survey.
Okay, Mike, what else?
Do we need a motion?
Need a motion, I think, or have me and with the help of Wayne, right, communicate to the landowner and for remediation.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next, Mike.
Next one is, it's really the Almy Pratt, soil erosion issue. This is a question of, I think you'll see in your packet that we've had significant erosion on an annual basis. And then it seems to get remediated in between planting seasons and then comes back again. So right now, these pictures are from the monitoring in March, I believe it was, where there was before planting and significant erosion and, pardon?
Rusty, you're fine, sorry. I didn't mean to-
So I think we need to address the situation and communicate to how we want to either do it through cover crop or some other planting that holds the soil in between planting seasons. So I think that the land is owned by Pete Peckham and farmed by Monez. And so there may be a communication question, I don't know, but the erosion is significant and needs to be addressed.
Okay,
So currently, the corn hasn't been harvested as of yet. And so I don't know what the recommended when and how treatment is, but I would assume that it's quickly approaching and an action that needs to be taken this fall.
I just have a question. I'm not clear on whether it says it's fee owned and then there's a reference to the DDR. Who owns this property?
We do.
We do. This is the,
This was an easement that we then acquired the fee for.
Got it.
We didn't acquire the fee, it was donated, the fee was donated to us
Right.
after we had the easement.
We
Yes.
bought the easement.
We had the easement,
Got the,
They donated,
got the fee.
they donated the fee, upon the death of, the owner.
so Monez is our lessee.
Pete Peckham is the lessor,
And he subleases it
and he sublet it to Monas.
just this year or forever, or a long time.
But it's been going on for a long time. And he sublets portions of it most years. This year, the bridge at Pond Bridge Road was supposed to be closed. So he chose not to do, I'm speaking for him, maybe you know more, but he chose not to use that particular property because access to it was going to be restricted supposedly. So that's why Monas is in there
Got it.
completely this year.
so this is a cover crop issue.
Carol and I met the other day and I told her that what we usually do there, we haven't done it in a couple of years. Is at the end of the growing season, it's planted with a cover crop. And then, it doesn't matter if the cover crop comes up or it doesn't. We go in there and we put trenches to divert the water away from it. There's one spot in the field, that's what showed all the erosion. And we diverted away. Last year, we didn't do that because of time and, and it made a big difference. You can see the erosion there. But we've always pushed back, graded it back, pushed it up the hill and filled the thing in. Because if you don't, you end up with, it just gets worse and worse. So I'm not 100% sold on putting a grass buffer in there because I'm not so sure that, I think it would have to be a pretty wide grass buffer to do that, and that takes away from your acreage. So I told Carol and I suggested that we ditch that again like we have in the past. And it's a fairly easy process. We do it with a machine, and in the spring we come back on. And I'm talking ditches, will probably at the most 8 inches. But if you put enough of them in, it catches the water, diverts it to the side, out the driveways or to a flatter spot. And it has worked excellent. We do that on the main farm in Tiverton all the time because there's an even greater pitch on some of the fields that greater than Almy. And it works good, and it's pretty reasonable to do when you don't lose any cropland. And in the spring, you go back and with the tractor and you grade it right back before you plant anything.
What's the real name for erosion control snakes that are like this big with full of hay, straw?
Yeah, they call some kind of, it's a sock, they call it.
So I know where there's going to be a fair amount of that stuff available, I think, free.
Yeah.
Would that help?
Yeah, it's just labor intensive. It's labor intensive to put it down.
Harder
No.
than what you.
And you gotta pull it up when, I suggest we try what we've done in the past. Like I said, last year we didn't do it, and that's our fault.
But when you trench it, then you just redirect the water to the
Right.
runoff, right?
Right, right. Because the water's coming down the hills, so
Yes.
you trench it across with a slope to the driveways. The driveways on each side, or it gets flatter. You'd rather have the water go up the driveway than down through the field. And that's what this diversion does. You put enough of them in, 5 or 6 across the whole field, and it works fairly well. Unless, you get a,
So, yeah,
And say one, the thing to be clear on is that NRCS is a co-holder on the easement. So I think however we plan to address this, we need to make sure that they're on board with it, and I think they're gonna have some.
Do they have
They need to be satisfied too, and they at the moment haven't been part of the conversation, but they're aware of the issue.
would they have a published recommended?
They do,
Have you seen it?
yes.
What
So
is?
they have metrics for what they require for cover crops. Date and the coverage that they use to try and determine what is objectively, meets a standard. And their recommendation for these sorts of situations is typically buffer strips. So there's no reason for not to have the conversation. I mean, we can talk to them and see, or try and figure out what they would be satisfied by. But at the moment, it's a question of what.
So the action item, Mike?
would be to talk to NRCS and come up with, understand their recommendation and recommend to the trustees what we believe the right solution is.
And would this suggest we need an amendment of the plan?
Well, maybe an amendment to the lease,
that's,
if that's what you're referring to as because
The lease specifies that you're supposed to have a farm plan. And would this be a new practice? Under the plan?
Figure out what it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure that the notes recognize that we probably have to deal with that also.
Julia?
I was just gonna say that NRCS might not be really able to answer the phone right now for the next little bit, right? Are they also,
They're all at home.
right? So there like might be a timing issue.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'm just reminding people that the government's closed, right?
but they have a published recommendation. I'm assuming they have
Okay, so
land care. So I'll start with trying to figure out what their recommendation is.
okay. And work with Wayne and Valesi and,
Carolyn and Julia to Rusty to figure out what
okay,
a good recommendation is.
thank you.
one quick observation. If you look at the photos and stuff, that's a 23 acre field. And sure enough, the erosion is a little bit bad, but it's only you're talking, an eighth of an acre that's,
If you keep going, Rusty, there's a map that shows where the photos are.
that is,
You'll see exactly, they're.
So there's a photo point map at the end.
Comes right down through the center of the field.
So most of the
Here.
yeah, is the area that you're.
Right there.
So 7 through 12 is water erosion primarily, and 13 is wind erosion. So if you go to the photo point 13, you'll see wind erosion, which is less depth, more space. But what Wayne's saying is entirely true, which is a lot of erosion is in that place. But if you scroll up, so if you scroll just a little bit, or a little bit more, see, please, that's 13, which is on the other side of the field, and that's obviously a little bit of water, but a lot.
The real issue in my mind is the cover crop on this field. We just need to get the cover crop right.
And when that after they harvest, when does it need to go? I know Wayne's talked about,
the cover crop goes on immediately after the harvest.
but you've said in the past that we need to encourage more more seed than,
Yeah, but I've talked to, I know for a fact they're putting what we recommend, which is 100, I think it's 100 pounds to the acre, and they're doing that. There's another underlying problem here too, is the geese eat the Jesus out of the cover crop. And, that's another issue.
So we're not gonna solve this today, but, you,
This isn't a new problem.
You've got it.
I got the problem.
Okay.
It's fixed every year. If, that trench, if you went to the field now, you wouldn't see it. Because it
Okay.
gets, we fix them, so.
next, Mike?
Next is, the Broad Farm LLC question of the right of way, and this is just an FYI information. I believe that we're researching what the deeds say relative to this, so that we're prepared to respond to a request if they continue with a subdivision.
So you're currently working with council to,
I'm
get an
doing
opinion? Yeah.
the interface with the council. We've gotten a preliminary response back. I've got some questions for them. Basically, the response says there is no right of way in 11-5, other than the 12-foot right of way for utilities. And the access to those parcels at the west end is through Farrow Blink Way, which we looked at earlier. But I've got some more questions. We'll get those solved and over to you guys so that you can pull together a complete
Okay?
Great.
recommendation.
Next item is our Radcliffe Trail, Almy Creek. The sign frame's in. Looks ready to go. I believe that the sign's on order. And we're awaiting installation. So that's making very good progress.
All right. And we haven't heard anything about it yet, or have we? I don't want to know.
It's a beautiful, there's no language to object to it.
Okay.
This might be the sign of the mistakes there.
I think we should just say it's fully transparent.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for the building.
Okay. Mike, keep going.
So then, general stewardship update, the BDRs are completed. First round of biannual farm lease monitoring is completed.
Great.
So that's all in great shape. Then, no recommendation there. And from a maintenance standpoint, I'll let Wayne talk about Ham and.
Yeah, the ham right away that the landowner to the north used to, on the construction project on his house, they used our right of way to get to their back. Our right of way is fine. When they get off our right of way and go onto their own property, it's a mess, and that's nothing to do with us, but our right of way, it's fine. It's not gravel, it's just dirt, it's a dirt road, and it can't see any damage, let's put it that way.
Okay.
No issue.
So, it doesn't need any further attention from them on my.
That'll just grass over naturally over time.
Yeah, you know, we rent to, Craig to farm, he farms the back, so he's in and out of there, so.
He probably likes it that way.
It's, you know, it's a dirt road, period, and it's not deep ruts, it's
Okay.
it's good, no problem.
So then, with regard to the old barn that was burned,
Yeah, Rusty and we talked about that before. We're not gonna do anything right now because he's got a crop in there, we don't want.
but when he goes out, do we want to clean that up?
Time comes, we'll look at it and, maybe we'll do something, clean it up, get a place to clean it up or whatnot. So, let the leaves go and the grass dies, we can see what we have there. Because there is an old stone foundation and whatever didn't burn.
So, may I have a motion to write a letter to, the current owners that just north of the right of way saying, it's good,
Yeah,
we're satisfied?
fine with me.
We're happy with the right of way.
I know,
Yeah.
we need to communicate with the owners that asked for use of the right of way.
Yes, but I think that we said it was okay for them to use our right of way.
And then they asked me,
They put some gravel in, so we just want to make sure they've cleaned up to me, we want to make sure that they want to have cleaned up their site. Because they needed to go from our right of way across Ham property into their property.
okay, so what I just heard was that our right of way is in fine condition.
Fine condition.
And that the issue that Wayne says is a mess is on their property.
Well, I don't know that what,
Yeah, totally.
That's up to them.
fine.
Am I misunderstanding?
I don't, well, let's just write them and say we've checked it out and we're fine, and then,
I'll go see him and tell him it's,
Oh, if you want to do that too. Okay.
I'll go knock on their door and.
well, my only point is that, at least from my conversations with John Ham, we said they could use our right of way. They put gravel in across his property to get to their property
Yes.
based on our permission. So we just want to make,
Wait, not based on our permission.
well, we said they could use our right of way to get to their property.
Hold on, Mike.
And so I'm just saying, we just need to say, are you okay?
There's,
Is everything done?
wait. So what I just had, we gave them permission to use our right of way. If they got permission to cross John Ham's property, they got that from John Ham. Right? They didn't get it from us.
No,
Okay. So I don't think we're in a position to opine on that.
I don't think they crossed John Ham's
Is it-
property.
There's a
They
tiny
went,
little strip of land.
anyway, I think it's great if Wayne checks the,
Yeah,
I'll go talk to him and say, you're good with us, whatever.
Rusty, you can also see it in the, it does cross Ham's property.
Okay. All right. So Wayne will take care of that with the owners, with the people who use our right of way.
And aren't we just telling them, told them if they used our right of way, they had to return it to good condition? We're just saying, you're done.
You're done. It's in good condition.
We're all happy. Bye.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Mike?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't think there is, although, Rusty handed out an item.
It's under land
For
protection.
land protection.
Okay, great. Steve Rogers?
Rogers,
Oh, actually, let me back up.
Yep.
Steve, hunting.
hunting.
You want to give a little update on hunting applications and what the hunting
Well, I can
committee has done?
certainly share with the group that, the final counts, that might be informational, I guess.
Okay,
We had total applications received for the year for this season was 38. I think I may have mentioned it at one other meeting, but of those applications that we received, there were 9 town resident applicants, 29 out-of-town applicants, 2 youth applicants, and the request covered a total of 16 LCAT fee properties that were granted permission to hunt. Of those applications, the specific application requested 27 for deer, 23 applications for goose, 14 for turkey. And we have 2 deer, well, we have 1 deer damage permit and a second one in the process of being granted potentially. So that's kind of where we stand at an overview for this hunting season.
and I think if I remember correctly, the previous year, I think we had 19 hunters or something like that.
I think it was around that
Steve,
number.
did we satisfy all the requests? Did everyone get an assignment?
Yeah.
Everyone got an assignment.
Some didn't get all they wanted.
Right.
But,
No, but everyone
Yeah.
got something.
no. There's
There was a few that
some with,
I
didn't
think there were 5 that didn't,
Five to
get
one.
anything.
and they were out of town.
Yeah, our town applicants. But we haven't heard, have we heard any, I haven't heard of any negative,
I had one call, the guy said, how come I only got one property and
That was the
my buddy
email.
got 3? I told him I'd look into it, but I gotta,
well, this is like,
it's nothing. He said, no, I'm not, he said, I'm not complaining, but I just,
I mean, I think this is a great stepping off point. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure it's gonna be tweaked
Sure,
every year, but, I think it's
It's an improvement.
an improvement.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we again thank the committee. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll monitor that and
Okay,
hopefully improve upon it as we move forward.
okay, and Rogers was the deer damage permit that you were talking about?
Right, I guess, Gardner Riders who lives on Maple Avenue, we have a DDR, I guess, a conservation easement on I think approximately 9 acres of land that, he owns. He reached out initially to the DEM because he's having a large issue with deer damage in terms of his arborvitae's, in terms of his plantings, and trees, bushes, flowers, gardens, all those type of things. So I guess Tyler Hertzwig, who's in charge of the deer damage permit application, the DEM suggested that looking through his records that Cheryl has helped out other hunters previously and suggested that he reach out to Cheryl. So Cheryl was kind enough to reach out to Gardner and I think it's still in the process. I don't think everything's been resolved yet, but
But we're helping them with their deer damage permit.
right,
Perfect.
right. So I think we're moving in the right directions. I'm completely satisfied.
All right, anything else on hunting? Questions?
Sure there's questions, but
All
I
right,
can think of now.
Land Protection Committee. First one is Kuto.
Yes, and Anita is here tonight. We're
Hello, Anita.
Hi, how are you?
to close that transaction Friday morning at 9:00.
Hallelujah.
Amen. I found, might interest you guys, it's online, Carol puts it online too, but can I bring it up here too?
Sure.
It's what I had
This is-
done with the DEM to, with it, it's a plan, so it has all the outlines of it, because I was trying to keep, just in case my nephew had passed away, but I was trying to keep it buildable for him, but there was only one little spot they could build on, because it's kind of, it was wet and stuff. But this shows, it has a survey of it right here, if you want to look at it. This might be important to you.
So we were gonna have a
So
survey.
that was my next topic,
Yeah,
was the survey for that property. There is,
it's
is
there.
an existing one.
Yep.
Is it the one you think you thought it was, or?
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
We can,
Have that.
thank you, Anita.
I did want to ask, I don't know if you had asked about a sign, and it is included in the deed that something will be done.
Mhm.
My sister-in-law and I both, it's going to be called the Daniel Narana Preserve, but my sister-in-law and I would like to, if without your objection, if you'd let us, like maybe a bench, because there are 3 Daniels really. So we wanted to just put in memory of, like maybe on a bed, like not an ugly bench or something like that, or possibly a rock etched or something. I don't know if you would object. I mean, we could like show you first or whatever. I don't know if that's a problem.
I have no problem.
No problem whatsoever.
Thank you.
Good.
thank you.
Why don't you come back to us with,
Mhm.
I mean, were you thinking you were gonna get a bench made or a plaque made or?
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought that there was gonna be a sign put there calling it what it is, the Daniel Martin Preserve.
Plan to do that.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, I wanted to have like just something a little bit more, touching of the 3 of them, there's 3 Daniels.
So why don't you want to come back to us with an idea?
Um,
Do you just want us to do something or?
I'd like you to do something, and this is, like I said, in addition, we want to do something at some point.
Well, we were gonna have a sign made and that was in the agreement.
Yep, that's fine. And then this is something that we just wanted to, like, because that would just say Daniel Marana Preserve, and we wanted to just put in memory of probably, I don't know, I haven't talked to her really more about it, but she asked that, and we want to put like, my father was Daniel Marana.
Yeah, so,
And then,
Why don't we get the closing done?
yep, that's fine.
Then we'll come.
Okay. I just wanted to bring it up just to,
okay, great.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, we don't. But it's very simple.
Very
It's the Daniel Marana Preserve.
Then we do it.
That's
Yes,
it.
we do. So I'm sorry I didn't get to you this earlier, but I handed out a single sheet of what I would like you to consider for that property concerning the survey. I sent out an RFP to 3 different surveyors because I didn't know one existed previously. I then was informed there is an existing survey. Both Able Engineering and Civil Engineering Concepts both said, hey, there's one that exists. Okay, that's great. But nonetheless, we got 3 quotes to update the survey to go back out and recover the monuments. Actually, 2 quotes to recover the monuments. Principi Company, whatever that's called, was doing a fresh survey. But you see Able Engineering for $3,850 and Civil Engineering Concepts for $1,000. We're both to recover the monuments. And we'll use the existing survey that is, has.
Who did the survey?
Civil Engineering Concepts.
Civil? All right.
It was actually,
I think Don probably
Medeiros did it.
when working.
It was working for
Yeah.
both.
So both of them did it, yes. So my recommendation is that we hire Civil Engineering Concepts to go out and recover the monuments for $1,000.
Do we hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Rusty. Ned St. Pierre?
St. Pierre, we have approved funds for an appraisal. We are actually, I made a decision today, I support it. We need to get 2 appraisals. They're both going to be done by the same appraiser. They will be within our budget, well within our budget. The reason we're doing that is.
Reason we're doing 2, you mean?
The reason we're doing 2 is that we're doing a life estate appraisal and we're doing a fee purchase appraisal. Because unless we do that, I can't bring a recommendation to you guys because this is gonna be complicated. And
That includes the house, everything. Okay. And the appraisal,
2 appraisals.
and the 2 appraisals, excuse me.
Any questions? I mean, I don't think we have to go into a lot of detail or we can do it in exec.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I don't need the motion.
We already approved the money, it's within the budget. You're all set. Okay, great. All right. Any other update, Ned?
That one.
Okay, great.
We'll have the appraisals well before next meeting.
I believe at last meeting, John Berg presented you guys, or someone help me out. I think we accepted an application and John talked to you about the Bumblebee properties.
We accepted the application for the Bumblebee properties and John talked to us about
Okay, so we will do maps in exec, or do you want to do them here, or?
I dropped off a package when I came in, it includes the appraisal. Sources, timing to close. Values.
Want to pass it?
Okay.
For each of the 3.
I think we're gonna do it.
If you want to talk.
Still pass it around.
Yeah, we'll do it in exec. We'll go through this in detail and talk about it then. Okay, thanks, John. Ned, transaction templates, anything more to say there at this point, or you good? Okay, fine. Okay, new applications. We've received a new application from the team at Mittendorf. And I believe that was in your packets. Everybody get one of these? Oh, you,
Charles?
Is there any discussion about the application from Mittendorf?
Should we move to approval and then discuss?
Do that. May I have a motion to accept the application from
So
Mittendorf?
moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Very good. And then I would suggest we then discuss that in exec also. Okay? Okay, so that's it for the, actually, John, do you have any updates as your capacity as Mr. Nature Conservancy?
Just these two land transactions for executive session, but, breaching down at Goosewing and South Shore, the South Shore team was going to have, Chester Wilkie breach South Shore Beach today, or perhaps tomorrow. And then DEM will breach Goosewing for us on October 14th. So that's designed to allow for fish passage.
So one is breaching Tunapis and one is breaching Quicksand.
And the concern that the beach commission was trying to get ahead of storm damage by causing the parking area, by keeping the water flowing at the far end of South Shore.
Right.
It prevents a breach down the middle. So
That makes sense.
different projects, but that's the schedule.
Yeah. Anything else? No. Okay, thank you. And so with that, that is the end of our open session. May I have a motion to enter executive session?
I move we move into exec session.
So we would like to move into executive session for the purpose of discussing land acquisitions per Rhode Island General Law 4246-5A.
I'll second the
Five.
motion.
Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all very much for coming. We are now in executive session. Hey, Chris.